The following program is rated GE. It is suitable for general family viewing.
My name is Esther Nderito. I'm a contractor representative. I'm a QS by profession, but I'm currently representing the contractor in this reconstruction. We have several categories of a contractor. A contractor is a whole word encompassing so many activities that will happen in one. So, for example, I am so much into building construction. That is, I can do civil, I can do road construction, I can do mechanical. But most especially in this case, we are more into the building construction. That is for mansionettes, residentials, anything to do with the construction. It's one of the characteristics that I have. I believe, as a lady, I didn't want to go more into the simple courses. I'll call them simple because they are not very technical. So for me, I decided to go into the foots of the giants. So construction is something that has been passion in me. It is something that I decided I want to pursue. I want to see us building the nation, and not only building the nation, but making a landmark. I've been comfortably working for now 3 years since I left school. So it has been a good journey for me, I'll say. I agree construction is very competitive. Few years back, I agree, even when I was getting into campus, the enrollment was not even. We had many males compared to the female. But I'll agree that with the current government we have, the representation, especially in the government, has really helped us as ladies, that you can really brave yourself into construction and equate yourself equally to the male that are into the industry. So I'll tell you, it has not been an easy walk, but yes, I'm a lady and I can attest that it is very possible to work through and also be an engineer into it and make a very big steps into it. Most of the construction project I'm handling currently, it happens I'm one lady into a equation of so many. So somehow sometimes we will feel like the other gender is overruling you. It's over, not necessarily because they are telling you what to do or they are commanding, but just because of the equation. But I'll tell you, it has never been easy, but once you mark your own territory and you mark your own self with your own standards, it's going to be excellent. So far, I've seen challenges, but I've also been able to get clients who are now able to get to a point they want to have ladies who are contractor representative, because they trust the ladies to have the very high notch of interior design, the finishes. So I'll tell you, the industry is now very welcoming to the ladies. In a project, there are people that are called subcontractors. Subcontractors are also contractors, but in this case, they are the one contractor who is referred to as the main contractor. Subcontractors, just to give an example, include specialists like the swimming pool, the electrical and mechanical works. There are people like, maybe you have a planter, you want a specialist. There are so many things that you can decide yourself to subcontract. As well, in the division of the subcontractors, we have subcontractors that are called domestic and nominated. Domestic, those are the ones that I, the main contractor, have given work to, and the nominated are the ones that are given work directly by the client, but they are still working under the main contractor. So the word main contractor will mean that you really have to supervise the works that are being done by the subcontractors. However many, you have to supervise their works. You have to ensure that their works is not affecting your current program of works. By program of works, I mean the time that you quoted for in your contract. So you have to ensure that you bring them together in one and that you have the same goal towards achieving the project. Currently, for the past 1 year, we've had several inflations to the side of the higher side. For example, steel, goods that we needed to import since of the problems of the COVID-19. So this has really affected the profit margins, especially for us who do closed contracts. So, however, if you get understanding clients, it's very easy for you to negotiate because there are things that are beyond our own control. So with that, we are able to curb the problems because sometimes it's very big and you can't know how to curb it. Being a contractor, you have to be well equipped with how you approach your clients. As well, you have to understand they are also human and they have their budgets in mind. As well as the contractor, you also have your own cost profit margin as well. So in the view or in the situation that there are very high inflation margins, you really have to have a sit down. If the contract is fixed, you have to have a sit down, see the mitigation measures, maybe request your client to meet you halfway so that you deliver the project without many delays and also to the best of quality as they wished when they were awarding you the contract. When we have dispute resolutions, a quantity surveyor's skills are well employed into it because at this point you really don't want to grease one another because you want to benefit yourself the more. So in this case, I participating as a contractor, I will, for example, if you have a dispute resolution between me and the client representative, of course the other bodies, in this case, for example, the QS, acting as a consultant, who will come in, ask for me to table my problems as well as the client representatives, and then we come into a solution that is amicable between both of us, agreeable. We see which side is weighing the heaviest and how can we meet in the middle. Of all the other things, I tend to believe that I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a family member, and on top of it, I'm a working lady. So it is very, very critical for me to balance my life socially and work. So I think before I entered into construction, it was a very key concern in my life. But I agreed that once you have your own scope per day, you can be able to know how much do you want to attain per day and how much time do you want to spend on your work, and then you spare the rest for your social life. Yes. So it's all up to how you divide your scope, how you schedule yourselves so that you have equal time. My main clientele or the company's main clientele, that will depend on who will approach us because we are not limited because we do for corporates, we do for private residences, we also do for the government, we can also do for international projects. We are not limited to one, but our skills and our fine key detailing of the finishes has really made us to be so much into private because clients want to have that fine detailing of their finishes. So you'll see many of my projects right now are private and we focus so much onto them because we believe we want to make a landmark, as I mentioned earlier. When you see a building, for example, this one, you can really tell this is built by my company or this is built by Esther and Esther has provided this work. You can be able to tell. I have quite a line of my biggest highlights. I think this is one of them, being to handle a project almost 300 million, all by myself. The representative of the contractor, my bosses rarely come to attend to the site because they freely accept that they are well represented by my own self. I have also been able to attend to very high-end meetings, as you call them, the first one, the dispute mitigation, tender documentation. These are things that are making a big step in me. I've also been able to meet even high-end architects and quantity surveyors. I've been able to interact with the people that I never thought I would interact with them even when I was studying. So I'll tell you, construction has really opened me up. I can be able now to even open my eyes more and see what are we looking into the future of the building construction. Esther has two environment characters. When I'm working, I'm a different character and my social life is different. I'll tell you, the face you're seeing today is not the face you see me, for example, in a church. I'm very different. But I'll tell you, many of the clients have really loved the character because I get so serious with my work. I want the work to be delivered. So I'll tell you, I'm a very outgoing lady, hardworking, and and a team leader. Women in this industry, we have so many other collective groups or collective organizations trying to bring women together to empower them into the construction. So I'll tell you, even for other factors being to be considered into it. This is one of the steps that is telling me in the few years to come, we'll have so many women to the representation into the construction. So so what I expect in the few years to come is that when I sit down again in a meeting or a boardroom, I'll be able to have an architect lady well represented, a QS, and other representations. To be a good contractor, one, you have to be well equipped with whatever is entailed in the construction. So I'll tell you, there is a big difference between contractors who are well equipped of machinery, of knowledge-wise, a contractor who is able to understand the needs of a client and accomplish them, a contractor who is well able to understand the elements of a building, the elements of the construction itself. So with that, you'll be able to perform very well.